All right, so welcome in. This is the final week of preseason, or preseason week 3, actually. The next week is going to be a bye, but we thought we'd jump in here for one final look at the Cowboys. Um, right now, we do have a quarterback battle going on, position battle, and we're going to jump right in. And probably what we'll do is we'll play the first quarter and a half in our typical fashion that how we normally play it, and then um, just let the game finish out on its own.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Jags and the Cowboys, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Woohoo!
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the heart of Texas and the spectacular AT&T Stadium in Arlington. After this, the games count for real. Good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, back in the day, it was 6 preseason games, then 4, now 3. So here we are. This one, the last tune-up before the regular season gets going.
Yeah, and I know it's easy to start looking ahead to the regular season, and of course there's an excitement that comes when the games get real, but for so many players on these rosters, this is where careers and opportunities are made. I know from talking to these coaches, they're coming in. This game matters.
You know what's funny is they say there was 6 preseason games, then 4, then 3. The interesting part about all that, no matter what, there were always 20 games, right? So even when there were 6 preseason games, there was only 14 games in the regular season. When they switched it to 4 preseason games, they went to 16 games in the season. So it's always been 20 games. The question truly is, and then here's one of the things that I think we as fans should be asking is, what kind of quality do you want to put out there on the field? At one point, 6 preseason games was justified in the sense that we want to find the best players for the team and put the best product out there on the field. And then we reduced it to 4, saying, yeah, four games is enough to get everybody back in shape, everybody, back up to speed with the game, and we're going to put the best product out on the field, after 4 games. And then now we've gone to 3, and then everybody, it's not just 3 that we're doing, it's we don't play our starters in preseason anymore, right? Some teams still do, and some teams don't, but it's like, yeah, but then we spend the first month of the season watching crappy play, missed tackles, all kinds of stuff happening, injuries soft tissue injuries that, maybe at some point somebody's going to come up with some empirical evidence that shows, hey, without all that rigorous training that they did in those 6 weeks before, or, how training camp used to be, 2-a-days and all that, the players are coming in and they're getting injured more often, right? Especially with soft tissue injuries. So now all of a sudden, the product that we get out there on the field is less. And you're saying, well, we're paying them so much money, we can't afford for them to get hurt in preseason. Well, that's your choice to pay them as much money as you're paying them, right? I mean, granted, everybody's going to want their bag, and everybody's wants to, to be the highest paid player in their position. But at some point, it's like there's a cap, so you can only pay the entire team so much. So who gets the biggest piece of the pie? Me, there's some things that have been thrown about. I think they should really have a roster exemption or a cap exemption for one offensive player and one defensive player. It's on the teams to decide what they can afford to pay that player, right? But that is a roster exemption, or not a roster, but a cap exemption. So in case of the Cowboys, let's say this, right? In case of the Cowboys, they decide Dak is your cap exemption. So his $60 million going forward doesn't count against the cap, right? but he's the only player on the offensive side of the ball that does not count. And then you have, in turn, Micah. Say Micah next year he's going to get somewhere between 25 and 30 a year. His 25 or 30 doesn't count. So then you have to just squeeze all the other 51 players on the roster into that salary cap. You can reduce the cap by, say, 20, 25 if you are being a Mr. Cheapskate there and say, well, that's a lot of money. Okay, well, reduce the cap by 50 million, right? And then give each team their 2 cap exemptions. Only one offense, only one defense. You can't have 2 exemptions on the same side of the ball. One offense, one defense, and then fit everybody else into the remainder of the cap, right? And then it's on you how much of that you use. And no, you cannot roll over, because it's a exemption, and you can cap that as well if you want, right? And you say, well, no, you can't go above 75, for either player, or you can't go above 85 combined. So, it really, but those are ways that you can get around the escalating or skyrocketing costs for quarterbacks, right? And then, it's because it's just crazy. 60 million on a, I don't even know what the cap is this year. It's like 200 and something. So whatever the cap is, it's at least a quarter of the cap, I believe. And that's just a lot. Okay, let's get into this. Let's get this done real quick here. So what we're going to do is we already changed the speed. I don't know how I was going, but and then we're just going to play offense, and then so we're going to let it go.
Final dress rehearsal before the regular season gets started in a couple of weeks' time. And off we go here in the NFL preseason finale.
Oh man.
He's got room past the 30.
Oh man.
And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic
That was crazy.
return.
Okay.
Anytime you find yourself on the road, you want to do anything you can early to establish yourself and quiet this crowd. And I'll tell you, there's no better way than to take the opening kickoff nearly all the way and set up your offense with great field position to start this game.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain.
Speaking of cap exemptions, one of the things that I'm probably going to do is take some of the starters out early. Lance is going to stay in a little longer because he's in the position battle with the for quarterback. So I'm going to let him play out, right? Because right now the battle has been dependent on passing yards. And you see, Micah's back to form. So we're really liking that. Fumble! Yes. Uh-oh. Somebody's stuck. T-posing almost. Can you call that a T-pose? He's frozen. Just don't know. It's just not the T-pose. All right. 3rd and long at our 40. Just inside the 40, actually. All right. Nice blitz. Come on. Get in there. There we go. So that's what we needed. That's what we needed to see.
This quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line.
Okay, so now they keep mentioning he's the number 3 overall pick from 2020. some people might have thought he was a little bit of a reach, especially with just 1 year. Um, but he's got great athleticism. He's got a strong arm, supposedly. Oh my God, I wasn't I wasn't looking at the rush. I was not looking at the rush, and I got confused on the buttons. I went back and I was like, wait a minute. I thought the B route was going one way, and then um, I just lost complete track of who was doing what. And by the time it, by the time I was able to get the buttons right, it was too late. I was going down. Gosh darn it. So now it's nice to have Lance back. And then what's interesting though, I believe he's come back and he's still an X Factor. You see, Lamb is still an X Factor, which surprises me because when we God dang it, I thought I could get through the whole excuse me. But I thought Lance was gonna lose his X Factor as a result of not playing pretty much all of last season. It's preseason. Come on now. I can go for it. And it wasn't the case. That corner blitz. No, that's the linebacker. We didn't. There, no. Olsen is going to, he's going on about, there's times you need to go for it, times you don't. Looks like we are in base, and they're in scoring position, so it's not going to be pretty.
Back in their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically,
Yeah, I still got to
lead to bigger and bigger gains.
I got to decide exactly how we're doing this, right? If I'm going to just sim the games, and if so, I got to put I'm going to put the sliders back and see what it looks like. Because I got to be honest with you, I don't like that. I don't like the offsides all the time. And the frequency in which the offsides happen is too high. It's way too high. And I gotta, and then again, it's the frequency for the offsides, but to have it set like that in order just to get a pass rush, I can't get behind it. Now that's on us. That's on us, or on me. It's on me because I went for it, and I went for it on my own 30. So I gave him 30 yards. That's all they had to do is get 30 yards. Unfortunately, we gave it to him. So that's not good either. But it was a choice I made. And again, like I said, it's preseason, so I don't care if they score. Right? I just wasn't pleased with really any of my plays, to tell you the truth. That was a nice return out to the 42. So I'm not sad about that. It's just that the first play, I wasn't pleased by the fact that I completely just lost track of everything. Don't know what I was doing there. And then the second play was fine. But then the third play, not being able to get to that hole. It was a yard. That's all we needed. All you do is get through the hole. And this is kind of what you got to do here in this game is that a lot of passes that you're completing or throwing, or real quick. No. And then it just doesn't feel like uh, just feels like there. And I guess that's the way it should feel, right? Every play is kind of contested in a sense, right? Every play is hard. Oh, I thought he had that. I thought he caught it. Mm. We're not even now. I want people to take note. BB, nobody's getting any kind of push. Did we see that? Did we see not a single? There was no push there on that offensive line. Nobody got any kind of push, and then, to me, that's very concerning. That he's not going to get it over the guy's head. I threw it knowing that he wasn't going to get it over the linebacker. I think the trajectory of the passes now, they've lowered it. And they've lowered it to the point where, and you guys probably have seen it, quite often you see passes run right, get thrown right straight into the back of your linemen's helmets. And it's like, you don't think quarterbacks have the wherewithal to at least throw the ball high enough to get it over the back of the helmet of their lineman? So that to me is like, and you notice every pass is below the waist. Not every, but there's significant number of passes where the animation is reaching down around your thigh to catch the ball, and it's like, why did they lower the trajectory of the pass? That just doesn't seem right, or seems to make a lot of sense there. It's you should have as many passes going low as you do going high, and it just seems like, and then there's batted balls, but that's the defenders have to jump in the air to bat them down. Very rarely is the quarterback throwing the ball into the back of their offensive lineman. And that happens quite often in here, like 2, 3, 4 times a game, and that just seems a little off. So it's concerning. There you go, Nealon. Sack, yes, we'll take those all day long, all day long. So those are things that I see and kind of notice. Is like, I don't know, and it just makes you question a lot of what's going on with this game. I don't know that he shanked his first effort. They said that he shanked his first effort, and I thought he kicked it out of bounds and got me inside the 20. So I don't know that that's an accurate thing. I don't think it was a shank at all. I think he was aiming for the sidelines. That's where he got it. All our throws are going to be short. That's just the way it's. That's just the way this game has made it. All right. Oh, Schoonmaker's in. Oh, CD, come on, man. I know he's rusty for missing an entire season. Thanks again, EA, for that. That's our receiver / running back. All right. All right, there you go. There you go. Lance over the middle is not Lance, but yeah, Lance to Lamb. They can keep playing, man. Let's see what we get. So right there, did you notice the pass? Right? You guys saw that pass was down there at his hip pocket. You know, he had to reach back and then reach down low. Look at this. So he had to reach back, down low. Like, look at that. It was behind his knee. Great catch. You know, for his part, terrible throw. Right? And it's like, why is that so low? What's going on with the trajectory there? You know? All right. Let's see. All right. Aubrey in to kick the extra point. We'll see what happens exactly here.
Cowboys are on top. It's now 10-7.
All right.
Team's ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5.
Whoa. Oh,
And
nice.
he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
All right.
It's gonna be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down.
I'm not mad at that defensive effort there.
As he is on to punt for Jacksonville. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. A field goal as they go to work.
All right. Here's where we're going to go in real quick here. We're going to make some changes real quick. And excuse me, man. I'm going to, we're going to let Dixon pretty much ride it out. The rest of the game, they'll come in at the third and change it about. But what we're going to do is we're going to take Lamb and we're going to actually, we're going to swap these two for now. As a matter of fact, we're going to do this. And then there. And then we're actually going to going to do it this way. Am I as enamored with Jalen Brooks as I use? Well, I've never really been enamored with him. But I want to give Brendan Rice a little bit of a chance just to see what he's got. We don't need to see a whole lot of Ferguson anymore, so might as well. So there's some guys, yeah, it's like, okay, do I need them in to get hurt? And the answer is absolutely not. Right? I will leave my interior just because the people behind them aren't that great. Well, actually, we'll leave it like that. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. We will leave Nealon in. Parsons, though, we're gonna put Osa on base, on the edge, and then we're gonna move Mozzie out as well. And then what we're going to do is this. And then we're going to leave this. Wallace, I want to, even though Barnett, I'd like to see more of. As a matter of fact, we can do that. And then where's my middle linebacker? McKenzie. Leo Falcon stay. We kind of know what we got in the middle. But alright. And then Diggs for sure is coming out. As a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, yeah, yep. Melifonwu, I mean, he's fine. These guys are fine. Okay. And then return. Okay. That's interesting. Right there, Rose is a better. And then we'll do that. And then, yeah, Morrison is still there. Okay. And then Parsons for sure is going to rest and relax. We are done with Parsons for the rest of the day. Even though I will tell you this, what could end up potentially happening is if these guys get tired, we'll see Parsons in a defensive tackle. There's no way to prevent it from happening. It's a thing it's just the way they do it. And truth be told, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, it's after these three, if all three are tired or if one gets injured and you only have the two and one of them gets tired, the next person in line is right here. And and the only way is to go in and actually sub out the injured player, right? And is it possible that it is possible right here, like Hope is your backup here, so I can put him here, and then that makes it. But what we're going to do here is we are going to Mr. Thomas and then Mr. Barnett. I think we'll go ahead and just leave it like that. We're going to give Wallace a chance to impress us in nickel. And then we're actually going to put Burks in the slot. then what we're going to do is we're actually going to come back here and I'm going to say end of game, but I will stop it when it's time to just fast forward all the way through. But we're just going to let it play out.
Down, but not until he crosses midfield.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Into the first.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment.
You know, some would argue that we gave them that touchdown, though. It can be argued.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Quick throw here.
All right,
is
nice
complete.
catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3.
41, I can't remember who that is. That's not Allen. I don't
He'll
think.
drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright.
I like that little, the fight to get ahead.
For the first down.
Just
Defensive
scares me
coordinators
sometimes.
preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the
I think
ball,
that's first down.
take that to a short gain.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
How many offsides is that so far in just 1 quarter and 3 minutes?
Automatic first down.
Well, actually, 1 quarter and 1 minute. 14 minutes, actually.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
This is abbreviated quarters.
Now they'll set up to throw.
That is crazy.
Pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
That's a nice pickup of Phillips.
That time. In there for the sack.
Now, the fact that Trayvon Walker is playing DT, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think he's a DT.
On second down, here's Wright. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
But the problem is, we couldn't get any move on him.
Play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
So a good chunk of yardage there, but still
Nice catch over the
well
middle.
short of the first down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you
That was pretty close.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will
In
be
each
returned
possession and a
for the
kick.
6. And their drive will begin
Hopefully for
at the
points.
30-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get back at it. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10.
All right, defense.
They'll give it to ETN.
They're in
to start this
base.
drive.
And Osa did not hold his edge.
Right away to kick off this drive. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, we got the rookie in
Strange in motion.
on the left side of the line.
They'll go back to ETN on 1st down. And they'll move this one down
Yeah.
inside the 40-yard line.
It's like
Doesn't matter the
just
level of
hole
field.
after hole
If
opening
you
up.
can't stop it, keep running it until they can. I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
There you go.
Right side. And
Here's
it's
the rookie.
Brian Thomas, the intended receiver.
I gotta change his
It'll
number.
lead to a 2nd down. Now a handoff. ETN.
Nice. Nice.
And this is taken in.
That was the rookie. Rookie with the hit.
And as you can see
Knocked the
with
ball
that
free.
film, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of
Thomas in
pressure.
there with the hit.
And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by
Previous play is under review.
Oh no. They
So
reversed
that
it.
one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Lawrence from the gun here on third down.
All right, Carson. Nice way to save it.
It's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, it's going to be a little frustrating.
Oh, they're going for it.
If he could just have made that one
Man, this
miss,
defense,
he picks
this
up the first down.
AI
Instead, he
is
gets brought down short
CPU
and
is
sticks.
so aggressive.
Now they got a fourth down and
Make them pay for it. There you go.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it.
Make them pay for that aggression.
On fourth down. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw.
See, right there.
Good effort there defensively.
Now get it. I understand the receiver's down, but you were throwing down at his hip anyway. It's like, dude, he's right there. You got to throw over the line.
He'll set up to throw.
That was a broken play.
Somehow managed to get
That
back
had to
the line
be.
of scrimmage, but that's it. It'll be third down.
Because he took that quick.
Back to throw.
There you go.
He'll be forced to just throw
That was an
one away.
awful
It's
series.
incomplete.
They got nothing going there.
Quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
That was crazy.
Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work.
Now the Jags, man, I don't know why they even try to throw the ball. They oh, look, what in the world?
That's
Oh, come on with the shoulder, man.
He'll be taken down
The
around
shoulder again.
after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
I hope I am not the only person that hates that shoulder animation. That is just the most awful thing that it's not the worst thing I've seen in this iteration. It's just the most frustrating thing.
Down up at the 44-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down.
I will say one thing that this iteration of Madden has got me doing is watching more football and looking for those shoulder tackles. Looking for those shoulder tackles. Trying to see how many times I see them in a game because I'm like, they do not happen this often. They do not happen the way Madden has this coded to happen because it is. I mean, how many people would just get cut outright from their team, missing a tackle because they try to throw that shoulder and the person shrugs it off and scores a touchdown. And there's the rookie. There's the rookie.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Cowboys have given up 2 or 3.
On the handoff, it's Etienne.
Why even try to throw the ball when you can run it like
They'll
that?
get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence.
There we go.
Lawrence gets
I think that's 2 for Nealon now.
We're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Drive will start on the ground.
Ow. Oh, that was awful.
No, he's taken down.
Was that Michael? I think that was Michael.
Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Yeah.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Morrison.
He's
Nice.
going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Lance looking to throw. He'll get this one complete to
Schoonmaker.
A gain of 16 yards.
All right.
Cowboys.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first.
Look at that. Look at
after
that.
the halftime
Just
break,
don't-
because they
I
want to
just
be able
don't
to
know that the
control
ball is
this
always-
middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can
Needs
use
to be a little bit of
strategy
lift,
to
I
steal
think.
an extra possession. If they're able now to
Ugh.
go down and come away with
Scooney.
points, they'll have a
Scooney,
chance
catch
to
that,
double it
Scooney.
up again right after the halftime break.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Lance.
Oh,
As he
was that a one-step drop?
Incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack.
Yeah.
And it'll set up a 3rd down. They'll look to
All right, come on, man. He's got like no pocket, man. I'm not gonna say no pocket. He's got no
So
time.
on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Thinking there's 2 handfuls.
It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll get this out.
Oh, Wallace, you gotta secure that tackle, bro.
And that's a quick 1st down. Here's Lawrence.
Uh,
Quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Hands of stone.
Lawrence now on 2nd down.
That was a nice rush. That was a nice rush. That was hope right in there immediately.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. To throw is Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. He finds his tight end, Ingram.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders.
I think that's the rookie that
That's
tried
what
to
he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
cover Kirk in the slot.
2nd and 6. Now here's Lawrence. That's
Mm.
complete. He
Mm.
finds Brian Thomas. And this takes him into the red zone.
Carson
He's
got beat
brought
on the
down inside
on
the
the
20-yard
slant.
line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Lawrence. Down it. Oh,
Fumble! There we go. There we go.
Mike, we hear that term run
You-
after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's
You see Nealon just standing there, and then the ball just rolls to his feet there. Look at this. They pop it out. Oh, he might have been down. He might have been down. Again, I don't trust the way the animations work, but there's a very strong possibility that he was on a knee before the ball came out.
Before you become a runner.
So they come to the line for first down.
Apparently not.
Throwing, Lance. That's caught right side. It's Franklin.
That's the rookie.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling
Last
down,
play.
secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this
All right.
first half of play.
So the first half,
Okay,
I mean,
Mike,
there was
thanks
some.
very much. This, the final game on the preseason.
The first half had some okay stuff in it. I'm not overly impressed with what I saw, right? But there's some good things. Still has some things that there's nothing we can do about. There's it's just until some more patches come out and they update some things, and then I haven't really. I don't. I get to the point where I don't care. At some point, when your patches are coming out. When they come out, and then I just have to make do until. All right, so I don't even know if they plan on patching more stuff or whatever's going to happen. I can only assume. So that's what we're doing, right? We're assuming that they will do something. And then right now, yeah, we're at that point.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. Finish off the preseason unbeaten, and they are ready for the regular season, which will kick off in 2 weeks' time.
Agreed. So there we have it. There's our
So
preseason.
that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.
All right, so the preseason is now basically kind of done, right? Just cut the roster down and figure out exactly who's going to be on the team and who isn't, right? And then get the practice squad put together. And of course, I didn't set my goals for this game. I just never remember to do so. And then the other thing to look at here is we got Jalen Wright in a I believe in a trade. I don't think so we got Jalen Wright in a trade in the offseason, and the question now becomes, do we want to hold on to him, or do we want hidden development? We like that. Or do we want to let him go, right? See what we can get for him. I gotta be honest with you. I'm probably going to try to shop him around a little bit and figure out exactly if there's some, there's anything I can get in return. I mean, we look at our overall for our team, it has gone significantly up since last year. We were cruising about 88, 89, and now we're 91 overall, which isn't bad, which is actually pretty good. We're going to advance to next week real quick. Excuse me. So what we got to do is we got to cut 22 players. But let's get these storylines out of the way, and then I'll let you go, and then we'll figure out in the next episode who those people are. Preseason over, and it looks like our position battle is complete. Yes, it is. Based on what you said in the press conference, Lance won the battle. Do you agree? Yes, I do. I'm not sure why I would ever say no, he didn't win when I specifically said a certain thing. So the team earns +5 morale. Now, if I hadn't allowed for a position battle, the team would have suffered a morale loss there. Okay, let's check this out, right? This one, I believe, is going to be the identity one. Coach, we talk all the time about a team's identity. Yes, you do. What can the fans expect from our defense this season? From your defense this season? Oh, you know what we got to do? I'm gonna say this. We're gonna create turnovers and sacks. Why? Because that's all we can rely on with our team. At the end of the year, what should a successful season look like? We're gonna go 40 sacks, and then if Michael gets hurt, then we're hurting. But 40 sacks is reasonable. Well, thanks. We'll check back at the end of the season. Team identity. You promised that the team would get 40 sacks this season. Hey, I should have chose 18 interceptions. Guess what? That's how many. I think we had 18 interceptions last year. And then Trayvon might get 18 on his own. I'm joking, kind of. But we'll see. We will see. So that's it. We got to cut our 22 players, and then once the season starts, we got to bring in our draft class. Again, I just go with the regular generated draft class. There's issues now in some of my run throughs. When I go through, I do like to grab the ones that they create, the created ones. The only problem is sometimes you got to go in and edit some of the names because not the names didn't come through, or they get chopped up by Madden and everything. But then sometimes it's just easier and less work to do your thing here, right? And then if I choose that, one of the things I do with the settings is the draft class strength. Got to leave quarterbacks at very strong, and the reason I do that is that bolsters their overalls, right? And it helps to build up the quarterbacks that are going to go in the first round, right? Every year there's 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the first round, and if you don't do this, then you might not get that. This year I am going to make it a normal class for tight ends, and I think I'm going to say that the interior offensive line is going to be a strong class this year. Defensive ends is going to be a weak class. Instead of corners, I think, and this one, kickers are going to be a weak class this year. But I'm going to say safeties are a strong class. So I got 2 weak and 2 strong. So that's what I try to do here. Like I said, just out of necessity, you have to kind of put it there. But I don't want to make one particular lineup or position strong and not counter it with another position being weak, right? So this is what we do. I mean, if I wanted to make the linebacker strong, right, then I would probably have to come over here and say, all right, our wide receivers, this is going to be a weak class for wide receivers. As a matter of fact, I kind of feel like I want to do that. But I do want to, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm actually really feeling this. Like, this should be the year of the running back, right? This is going to be the upcoming season, class for the running backs here. Do I need a running back? No. Does the league need more running backs? Possibly. I mean, there's a lot of good ones already. So, or do we need more linebackers? See, I'm leaning more interior defensive line, right? Wouldn't it be nice? So there's so many possibilities. I'm going defense. I'm going to go Interior. Interior defensive line. There it is. There it is. That's the way I'm going to go with it. Okay. So, and then we leave it like that. Okay. So, next time around, we'll be back and we will have cut down the roster. And I don't usually use this function here. I usually go directly in and I will go position by position and, say, okay, this guy, practice squad. I keep 3 quarterbacks. I will shop right because Rose, I think, is my good number 2. I don't need 3. And then Michael can be my special teamer, right? And then Vaughn, so I'm going to keep 4 running backs so we can come in here and then, you're here with me anyway. So we're going to go trade and see what we get offered. Trent Brown, I don't want a 33-year-old tackle. J.K. Dobbins, come on now. I don't even get that one, right? Unless they just think because he's brand, new. Oh, and McCullers. So Vince McCullers, 24. So it's just straight trades of running backs, and I'm like, I don't need a straight trade of a running back. I would like some draft picks though. I'm gonna counter. I'm gonna take McCullers out, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll tell you what. You don't even have to give it to me. What are you offering? You're offering a 27, 7th, and a. So you're offering 2 7s. Offer a 3rd for this year, and you can have them outright, just outright. Just give me a 3rd. I didn't draft them, right? All right, there we go. Weatherspoon, he made the team. These, so right here, I know already. Actually, let me think on that guy. This guy is back on the practice squad for now, right? Brooks, he's just not on our team. I gotta either release him or trade him away. No trade offers. So guess what? Brooks? I just don't. We're not feeling you, bro. And it's a 20K slap the cap hit. Brennan Rice, I think, is going back to the practice squad. All right. So there we go. There's our team right there for now. Our receiving core. Albert O would love to be able to hold on to him, but I just can't. I got 3 tight ends, and I'm leaning towards Parham. All right, so Rhodes, Greg Rhodes. You know what? Practice squad. Boom, real quick here. Ray. 6'5", 340. We're gonna go practice squad to start here because I like this. And then we have no choice here. We owe this guy a lot of money. Not leaning either way on this one. But I figure I can put him on the practice squad for now. Bart, he's a rookie. Decent. We'll hold on to him for a little bit, right? And then Walford. I gotta be honest with you. I don't mind putting 5 linemen on the practice squad, right? Half my practice squad can be linemen. Fajoko, there's nothing we can do about you, bro. You served us well, but we can't keep you. So there, I'm thinking I'm sticking with that. Badgley will make it to the practice squad for now. Right? So there we go. Right? We got a 2nd-year guy, Colbert. We got Briggs. We had Osa. Right? Terry. I gotta be honest with you. Not needed. Brian. McKenzie, rookie. I like to hold on to the rookies if at all possible. Here's where we're going to have to take a bit of a hit. We're going to take a bit of a hit because we can't trade them. Nobody's going to want them. Just doesn't make sense to. So we save $2 million, but we do take a $1 million hit. Riley Moss, we got to just let go. Smith Wade, if we could trade him, and then here's the thing: I don't think anybody's there's nobody worth. Nobody wants to give anything for him. I mean, it does say future starter, and okay, you know what? We'll put you on the practice squad. I'm thinking somebody's just going to come grab him. All right, this guy, no, we don't need. All right, so 5 corners, and then Howden was just a camp body, pretty much training camp body. Now here's where we start to run into a little something, right? I like Nick Cross better than I like Wanye Thomas, but Wanye Thomas is going to cost us some money to let go, and he's not a straight up trade target, right? But I really do like Nick Cross. And we signed him too, so he's gonna cost more to get rid of. This guy, Tariq Green, is the one. Yeah, see, he's a future starter, day one starter. You know what I mean? So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna move you. This is actually taking longer than I thought, but we're gonna move you over. Stick you over there as free safety because that actually look at that. He's a scheme fit there. He's actually faster and better than Wanye. And then I gotta be honest with you. I think the Wanye experiment is now done. And then can I trade him? I don't think anybody's offered anything in return. Yeah, so. And that's the very first thing I do is in most cases, if I think they're high enough overall that they'll be enticing to another team, yeah, I'll give them a try. I'll try to trade them. But, then there's our team, right? And when we come out of it, we got 53 players on it, right? And 53 of 53. So we have 53 roster spots. One of the other things I do is I'll come down here and I'll look at the board and see the top players there, right? It's Hargrove. Look at that. Look at Hargrove right there. You got Bowles. Does anybody that's sitting here present themselves as a better option than what we have in our lineup already? I mean, some are tempting. But by the time we get down to say the 75, the overalls with the 70, the players with at 75 overall, like Kendra Miller is pretty enticing, right? We can't put him we can't get him to the practice squad. But guess what I'm doing? Yeah, I signed him. You know why? Because I think that's a pretty good player right there, or potentially a good player, right? And then young player. Look at this, Audric Estime. Now he's already on the Bills practice squad, and I can't blame him for that, right? So now, what next thing we do is I go to practice squad eligible, and I look at the guys there, right? Look at Pritchett, Nehemiah Pritchett, 94 speed, right? Corner, 6 foot, 190. Right? Cam Green. He's got decent speed, but I mean, nothing that's bowling me over. Now, but here's the two that really are showing up as a little interesting to me, right? And more so Glaze than Cowboys, right? Future starter, right? That right there off the bat. They're not going to stay on my practice squad for long. I can just sense that, right? But I don't have any more room. Okay, but I can go and real quick here. Let's look at my roster here. Okay. So first things first, I got 5 running backs. What am I going to do with Michael? I can't do anything else with him right at the moment, but I can go to my practice squad. I can look at the bottom of it, right? Young, Tyson Young. I like his size and everything, but in all honesty, do I need a quarterback, a fourth quarterback, right, on the practice squad? Walford, 67 overall. I got Barton here as a 67 overall. So I already have 4 linemen on the practice squad, right? But that one guy is a future starter, okay? And then here's the rub though, okay? I'm looking at my Bass, but then I'm looking here and then Goodwell. So we got some decent guys there at guard. And then Johns, right? Alani Johns is a hidden dev future starter. And then Thomas, we know Thomas is a day 1 starter, and we love Thomas, right? So we're not messing around with Thomas. We're not going to mess around with Alani Johns, even though his overall is 1 point less than Glaze, but he's 6'7", 327, so he's bigger. He's just as strong, right? Probably a little bit, and tick faster. But the thing is, he's also hidden depth, so we're not messing with him. And again, we look at the practice squad and we say like, well, I could cut Walford, right? I could, and then I could bring Glaze on. The scary part of doing that is that somebody's going to poach Glaze. I just feel like, and but then you can't live life thinking, So, or I can just get rid of Young and then bring Glaze on and not worry about it. And you know what? That's what we want to do. And as a matter of fact, not only are we going to do that, Haywood. We're going to get rid of Haywood as well. All right, so we got 10 on our practice squad right now. We are coming back here, and we're going to get, real quick here, practice squad eligible. Blaze is still there. We're going to assign him to our practice squad. Then we're going to go back to our squad roster. Then we go to our running back room, and then we're going to say, Michael, hey, we're gonna push you down to the practice squad. So we're gonna still hold on to you, but we're gonna push you down. And then now we got this guy, Kendra Miller, right? And what it does is gives us options. He's the same age, same amount of time as Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is not going to be the answer as a full-time back. And he hasn't really come on for us anywhere that we would want him to. So Miller could be that special team guy, and we'll see, right? But there it is. There's our lineup. You got Lamb, still X Factor, which is surprising. You got Wilbin, who basically catapulted himself up to X Factor. We got Reuben Franklin, our rookie. Townsend, another rookie, right? But we like Townsend because we like him for his speed and his kick return ability. Fergie, after his extension, Scooney, and then we got Parham. Parham's a bridge player. I wish, with his tenure that he would move into a mentor state, but that's fine. And then we got some young guys across the front line, right? And yeah, we got some talent. And then Odingbo, yeah, we're not going to trade him anytime soon. And then we got McDonald, and we also got Hope. Now, Hope plays significant, multiple positions for us, right? He's our nickel DT, and then if need be, he's got the speed, the quickness, and everything to play defensive end in base if need be, right? McDonald adds a little bit more size there, right? And then you can see the $87 million penalty for Parsons. So Parsons is our guy, right? And then we have to decide this year whether we're going to extend Mozzie or not, or if Briggs and Colbert, look at the size of these two, right, are going to be able to come in. And really, what it would be is, what can Colbert do this year? Colbert's got the strength. He's right on par with Mozzie with strength. But look at the quickness and the speed. There's the difference, right? And even Briggs doesn't have that same change of direction, agility, acceleration as Mozzie, right? So it's like, ooh. But there's cap room. You got to take the cap in consideration. That's also the same right here, right? Next year will be the year where we have to, decide on Wallace. So can Barnett step up? He's got some good speed. He's stronger. He's bigger, so that's the thing. And again, we got McFadden for a while, and then we're gonna have to next year make a choice on, Leofau or not. We got Clark wrapped up for a while, but we got a rookie. Also, that's going to come on and learn and see if he can do something. And then we got the new rookies. We got the two rookies here, right? Carson, next year we're going to have to make a choice with him. And to be honest with you, he hasn't, with the addition of these two, he really hasn't really had the opportunity or the chance to do much. And then, we got Melifonwu, right? But then we also have Cross. And I don't know. I just like Nick Cross. I like the speed and the size, even though Melifonwu's definitely got the size over him. I just like Nick Cross for some reason. So we're going with that. Tariq Green, I mean, I like his tags, right? And potential there. So we'll see what happens with him, And the key is we got them for a while. So I just need them to nail down the secondary. And then, so that's where we are. And then right now, we're projected to win the Super Bowl again. I ain't mad at that. Will it happen? I don't know. It's hard to say. Every year is a different year. You don't know who's going to go down, who's going to have to step up. And, all you can do is keep putting the same product out there on the field. Now, the format of how we do things might change a little bit. I might move to more of a simulated format, right? I get more views on the no commentary simulations than I do on these. Partly, I think it's the length of these. I do want to try to cut them down to be a little shorter. And if that's the case, and then what I might do is test out with the first 3 games of the season, first 3 weeks of the season. Try to cut them down, make them a little shorter, see if that gets the same kind of response and view rate as the no commentary ones do. And if not, then the next move would be to basically kind of do a recap episode and then the game and then a recap episode, then the game and a recap. So just alternating back and forth that way. And then seeing exactly, because then the recap episode could be much shorter, just less than 30 minutes, just saying what moves were made and why I did it that way. And then also that can be used to keep an eye on other moves and what the league is doing. So that'll be interesting, I think. So that might be the route. So we'll see. We'll see what exactly. So remember, like, comment, subscribe. Right. That's how this is going to keep going. And then the more feedback I get, and the more views that I see and things like that, that tells me if I'm going in the right direction, and if we're going in a direction that people are going to want to follow. Okay, well, once again, I appreciate you guys joining in. Hopefully this has been entertaining, and we will see you next time. All right, bye, guys. Be good. Bye.